Hey ladies, I am Tanya Cortez. Welcome to the Foundation channel. On this channel, I talk about everything foundation and complexion for more mature skin. So I decided to do the Saie foundation today. And this is the Saie Glowy Super Skin foundation. So we're going to do a wear test and see how this foundation wears. So if you want to see what this foundation looks like and how it wears, you stay tuned. Roll the credits. Guys, I'm excited. All right, so let me go ahead and give you guys her vitals. So this is the Saie Glowy Skin Lightweight Hydra Bounce Serum Foundation. Okay, all of that. It is $40. It has 36 shades. And the claims, a couple of the claims, is that it's a radiant finish. It's hydrating, medium coverage, a liquid formula. It's clean at Sephora, and it is cruelty-free. So it's saying it's lightweight, it has buildable coverage, brightens, leaves a luminous finish, and it blends easy for hydrated and seamless second skin appearance. I have combination to oily skin, and I have some nice little dry patches. I have textured skin, fine lines, wrinkles, blemishes, some grayness. Usually I don't lean to a luminous foundation, but I don't know if you've ever noticed that if you've ever tried a luminous foundation and you still like it and it still looks good, you just never know how luminous it's going to be. So I got the shade 27, and I feel like this might be a little dark, but we're going to try. You know, you can never tell with frosted glass. Now, this is the texture. This is a full pump, and what I'm going to do is a brush on one side, sponge on the other. We're going to use a brush on this side because this side of my skin has a lot more texture than this side. I don't know, I think they might be running a race lately. Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and we're gonna just put this on and check for this shade. Okay. Now I don't take it all the way up, especially when I know I'm gonna put on concealer, because I don't want it to be caked on and look thick under the under eye. So let's see. That's this side. All right, so this is very, very luminous. If you have dry skin, you know, this might be good. I'm not saying that it's not going to be good for combo. Let's just wait and see. Okay. So this is what I'm assuming would be a little bit more than skin-like. So I have grayness up in here, so it looks like you see the demarcation line right here, but it looks like it covered pretty well right in here. I mean, I can still see it, but it looks like it covered pretty good. And let's try and put it on with our finger because, all right. Okay. See, this is very, and I shook it up really good. So it's just the texture of the foundation. And you can see the pores and the texture on both sides. And if you've never been to my channel, I have this texture patch right here, and you can definitely see it in the light, right, with this foundation. So, and then too, I do believe this might be a tad bit dark. But of course, this gave it, with the sponge, more sheer coverage, of course. And that's brush. So, I mean, it blends out really well so far, but you can definitely see that luminosity. I concealed under my eyes just a little bit, and then we're gonna set this, and I'm gonna set it with my tried and true, just to see how it does. And I'm gonna be using my Bobbi Brown, and this is in the shade Basic Brown. This is one of my favorites, And I am going to use Clean Old Trusty. She had a bath. All right, so this is what it looks like lightly set. Now, I'm not going to add any blush, anything. I'm just going to add a little bit of eyeliner and some lip gloss and see how this wears. So this is what we look like right now. All right, so let's come up close. I didn't want to put a lot of blush or a lot more powder on the foundation because I don't want to keep putting powder on it to kind of, I want to see how it's going to wear for real. I kind of have an idea how I think this is going to wear, but let me just be sure. But it does look, you know, really natural, really, I'll say skin-like. It doesn't like give you that my skin but better, but you probably could use a lot less. I got a big face, so I probably need a few pumps. I don't pump and a half. But if you have, you know, if you only want to use a little just to give it that your skin but better look, you could. This is a little bit more. This is more like a medium coverage, of course, and it's definitely not full, but you could build it and it still look nice. But let's go ahead and get my day started, and let's go out and see how this is going to work. All right, guys, I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, so I'm back and it's like 10 hours, okay? So this is what we're looking like. And I'm looking in this viewfinder and it does not look the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this light down, okay? We'll turn these glamour lights down, as I call them, so that you guys can see. But before I do that, let's just take a look, right? So look at all of this. Honey, that texture is on deck. Look at that. It's in the fine lines. And it just looks really full of texture. It faded right in here. And I didn't even have a mask on. But see, really went into the crease. But look at the texture around my nose. Look at the chin. And this is the forehead. All right, so this is with the lights turned down a lot. So now you can really see the gusto. Okay, so look at that. Look at that. I'm gonna give you my thoughts really quick. I think this is a pretty foundation. I do. I think it is a pretty foundation, but for someone who is dry, normal skin, doesn't have a lot of texture, larger pores. Usually women that have larger pores have oily skin, okay? Usually. Texture can be either way. I noticed that a lot of people that I know that have a lot of texture usually have a combo to oily or oily skin. If that's not you, then that's fine, you know, because I know it's not, everybody's a little different. But ultimately, it feels good on the skin. It feels like a nice moisturizer, basically. But look at that. It accented the texture like something crazy. And I only used in total like a pump and a half in total, if that, right? So I know that if I had built this up to try and get it to be more of a full coverage or a little bit more of a medium, that I would have been a slick chicken, because, or an extremely accented texture, because like, I mean, ooh, and I don't, I mean, I ain't young, okay? So let's start there. I'm not young, but when you have foundation that accents your texture, it really can make you look older, you know? And I'm not trying to be 16. It is what it is. I'm blessed to be here at this age, right? So, you know, but still, you want to try and not look as young as possible. Let me just take a brush to it. All right. But I noticed once foundation gets in my texture, it's a wrap. Like, even if I try to touch it up, it won't look as good. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I will see you on my next video. And remember, it all starts with the base. You guys stay safe. Bye.